tomorrow that you face when you create all your art pieces, sculptures, and such? Do you face challenges in terms of trademarks, patents, and copyrights? Because sometimes,
Sorry, repeat
such as trademarks and patents and copyrights of your artwork. Because when you create an artwork, do you need to do research on your own whether if you will create an art itself
that infringes some copyrights?
Yes, the copyrights, trademarks, and patents.
No, because the thing is that whatever I use, even though I might use images that are sort of public knowledge and they belong to something else like comic strips or something like that, I change things so much that they become very much kind of unique and my own thing. I don't really go and take a character like a Barbie doll and turn it and make it my piece of art. I don't do that. I always, might get the inspiration from the Barbie doll, for example, but I would change it so much. There's going to be very little left of the original copyrighted element of it.
Do you have any plans for education and also for charitable events that probably some of your art pieces, or even your experience, you could give back to society? Because in Asia itself, although as emerging economies become to bloom and emerge, have you seen any opportunities where you will be coming back to Asia to provide insights and education to students?
It's very funny because I have been asked a few times to actually have students in my workshop and to talk to students and things like that. And once I agreed, and it was very funny because these teenagers came to my workshop, and as the organizer of the event was asking questions and talking about what I was doing and all, I looked around and a lot of the students, they're probably doing that now, they were yawning, they were going, oh, like this, it's like another day at school and whatever. And I said, I am buggered if I'm going to do this again. But I don't know, I'm a very humble person, and I talk to anybody who wants to talk to me. It doesn't matter if they are student or academics, and I'm like an open book. But I don't think I am in a way qualified enough to teach people anything. Some people might disagree, but I feel it's not my role. I'm also actually quite a bit shy, and so I think I would find it very intimidating to talk to an audience, even if they're young. And the other thing is, I'm so busy all the time that I don't even see how I could find the time to do something like that. But you absolutely never know. I think the concept is definitely a very worthy cause. I think that everybody should be like an open book and pass on their knowledge to everybody, as it's part of what I was trying to say earlier on. By all means, I'm no hippie, I never was, but I mean it's a part of living in an harmonious world where we all pick from each other the qualities and not the nasty bits.
Now, as an artist, your journeys, both in spiritual and political, how would you want your audience to learn and understand today's uncertain, future, and especially with conflict and what's happening around the world? What kind of message do you wish to tell your art lovers around the world through your art? What sort of message exactly do you want to tell them?
I don't really know what's going to happen in the world next and what's going to inspire me next. I know that I already have 3 bodies of work that I'm working on since my last show, which wasn't that long ago, and so I'll have to see how that is received. But there is one thing that I say. In fact, I made a sign. In my body of work, I have a
code.
Yeah, I have signs that I make every once in a while. I get like something I want exactly, and I make like a little poster with it, and the sign said, "I can't save the world," and it pisses me off. So that's where I stand right now.
Okay, now how did you manage to balance work life and family, with your wife and yourself? Because it is a challenge for most artists, even like yourself, who are so busy. How do you manage to do that?
By the time I was 30, I had been married and divorced twice, with a longer-lasting also a relationship in between where I wasn't married, and I had 3 children. So I actually was married at such an early age that later on in life I had an insatiable kind of a need for freedom on all fronts. So I was very, very against any form of relationship, and which had these kind of good points as well. But 6 years ago, I met my lovely wife Lorena, and without even knowing it, I found myself married. I didn't think about it. I didn't want to get married. I did not want to get married. We just got married, and we are inseparable. And the most amazing thing is my wife has an art background as well. And she worked in art galleries in America. She's half she is half Lebanese and half Spanish, but she was raised in the United States. And now we are inseparable, and we do the same things. So it's not an issue, it's not a problem. In fact, it's absolutely wonderful that we can work together. So it's a help rather than a hindrance.
Well, that's good. Now, what are the lessons learned for yourself? And also, what kind of advice would you give for aspiring artists where they want to find out how they can begin and why?
I would give this advice not just to artists but to all young people, because as I said, I've had a very unorthodox life, and I did all the things that would make your parents pull their hair out. In fact, my mother sadly died very young, and I always make a joke about it, saying that I am partly responsible for her early death, because I think she must have been so worried about me and all the things that I did that she must have passed away at a young age because of all the worries I gave her. But the advice, as I said, it would be not just to aspiring artists but all young people, is never say I can't do it. You never know until you try, and never give up until you actually reach your dream. It's not an easy life. You need luck, because as I said, some people never get the chance no matter how talented they are, but behind the luck, for the people who succeed, there is always a perseverance and a lot of hard work. And also, of course, you need to be, to have qualities, you need to be capable. And to build these qualities, it's hard work, it doesn't come easy. You need to study, you need to experiment, you need to see as much as you can of the world, which is, thank God, something that is much more readily available to the young generation nowadays, that even it was to me 40, 50 years ago. Now people can travel a lot more easier than I could, for example, when I was a child. So
was it important for you to have a mentor?
I never had a mentor.
I never. But is it?
Everything I did in my life was totally self-taught, and I never had any help from anybody.
Really?
It was all from kind of a lot of ups and downs, and just chipping away at the big block of marble until something turned up.
But if you had to relive your life again as an artist, would you engage a mentor or not?
I wouldn't. I think it's a wonderful satisfaction to actually be able to achieve something without anybody's help. But I am achieving something wherever I am now. As I said, I wanted to be an artist. I gave up whatever I was doing. I became an artist, and some people out there appreciate my art, and I make a living out of my art. So it's wonderful. If I had a mentor, I'll probably be, some doors would be open to me that are not necessarily open to me now. So I would have more scope and more opportunities. But no, I wouldn't choose a mentor, but definitely if you can get one, you can definitely be tremendous help and you get there quicker.
No.
But whatever you do, don't sell yourself away, don't sell your soul, and don't sign nasty contracts where they own you.
Now, speaking about that, about sustainability and climate change, your artwork, you use a lot of many different materials, and your materials actually, pro sustainable and also pro climate change. Are you using materials that recycle, or do you believe in it?
No, I certainly believe in a healthy environment and healthy world, because that's how I am, and I'm a little part of this world. And so I treat the world like I treat myself. But as I said earlier on, I can't save the world, and it pisses me off. But my materials, I use marble. They have been digging at those mountains in Carrara since before the Roman days, and they still have marble there. So it's not as tragic as it appears. The resin is actually as some bioproducts from oil. So you can say that they are not particularly environmentally friendly, but once I don't feel that with the amount that I use, I am in any way depleting the oil supplies or polluting the planet. No.
Now, what are your most memorable experience and lessons learned, in your career? Are there any three most memorable experience that, as an artist and sculptor, that you have done that has made a difference for the last 2 decades?
I'm still waiting for them. I'm still waiting for that big difference. Obviously, the most memorable one was the day that I started my new life. After giving up my life as it was, I woke up in this new place, and I said, this morning I'm going to work. And my work was my art. It was a new life. That is the most memorable experience so far. The other two memorable experiences as an artist, I'm waiting for them. When I have the big bangs, you'll be the first one to know.
Now, what's next for the art trends right now? What do you see art as we are moving forward in the 21st century?
I see the art being manipulated by people in the finance world, and that's fine, because quite honestly, without that side of art, as I told you earlier on, I'm not happy. Without that side of things, I wouldn't be able to carry on with my art. If I don't sell my pieces and get capital back, I don't have the money to produce my next pieces. So we must never ignore that there is a commercial side to the art world, and let's hope that the commercial side will interfere as little as possible with the creative side. But I think that the two things go hand in hand, and when, like everything else, like politics, and when they are run by sensible people with good intentions, only good things can happen. And the other thing is, you know, I hope that you know, a lot of artists learn how to paint and sculpt.
Mr. Mauro Perucchetti, before we leave, is there one quote that you live by every day of your life that you can't live without in your present?
One quote?
Yeah, I mean a quote or like an inspiration, a word,
yes,
you know, that even your wife knows that you have to live with it, and you remind yourself every day when you create a sculpture.
Ooh, that's a tough one. No, I can't think of one particular
inspiration.
one particular abstract concept that is omnipresent every time I do something. I think actually as I said, my mind is overactive, and I have so many things that yes, I have it. It just came to me. Focus.
Focus is the key.
Yes. Otherwise, it's like shooting, you know, in the fog.
Well, focus is the key to success, and thank you for joining me here at the National Queen's Choice with Mr. Mauro Perucchetti, and have a great evening and have a great week ahead. Once again, Robin Stienberg here at the National Queen's Choice. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
So, yes, so now I owe it to your wife, so we're going to do one shot thing with your wife. No. It's wait. Just let me think how I'm going to do this. No, I'm
gonna have some water.
Oh yeah, you have a short break. Let me. Sorry.
Is that water?